Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. That once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught this heart to feel, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. My chains are gone, I've been set free. My God, my Savior has ransomed me. And like a flood, His mercy rains, unending love, amazing grace. Amazing grace. This morning, God, we just take a few moments to respond to your great grace this morning. Your unending love, God. Your unending mercies that you just wash us in, Father. We just worship you today, God. For your great love, Father. See, the Lord has promised good to me. And the Lord has
unforgiveness and to lust and to pride and to greed, God, but our chains are gone. God, that it's not that we don't struggle with these things anymore, God, but that we are no longer shackled to these things. That you've given us freedom in Christ. And so we thank you, we celebrate you, we worship you today for what you've done for us, God. We thank you that we can stand and worship you as people free. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. Well, welcome to Liquid Church, everyone. My name is Richard. I'm one of the pastors here. And, you know, it was 2007. I was sitting in a seminar in New York City, a church in New York City, and a guy who I barely knew came up to me and was like, hey, you know, you should hear about this church out in Morristown that's doing some great things. This is 7 years ago. And that was the first time that I ever heard about Liquid Church. Well, as you're taking your seats, turn to the person next to you that you don't know, get to know their name, and find out how did they first hear about Liquid. Well, that's great. So thanks so much for being here. If you are new here, I'm so glad that, first of all, you decided to go to church today, but I'm really glad that you decided to come to Liquid Church today. We're so glad. And if you feel comfortable leaving us your information, there's a New Here card in your bulletin. You can fill out this information, and right through those doors, there's a black kiosk called the New Here kiosk. And we'd love to be able to talk with you and answer any questions that you may have. Come up to me and greet me. I'd love to get to know who you are. We'd love to give you a gift, which is you can get a t-shirt in your size in exchange for your information, just to be able to stay in touch with you and get you information about Liquid. We need to have a little bit of a family moment here at Liquid. For those of you who've been with us for a little bit of a while, you know that Pastor Tim has been talking about his father, who had been struggling with cancer for the last 14 years. Sad to announce that a week and a half ago, Del Lucas, Tim's dad, succumbed to cancer after 14 years. And it was a moment where the whole family was together. It was a sovereign time where Tim's brother was here on a business trip and ended up canceling the flight back, and so he was able to be here. The services last week were great. And so we want to pray for Pastor Tim and for Colleen and Chase and Dell, and just pray for their family as they mourn the loss of their father and grandfather. We're giving Pastor Tim some time off, and the first day back will be Easter Sunday. And so I'm really excited to hear just kind of how he's processing through all those things, especially in the context of Easter. But the best thing for us to do is to pray for Pastor Tim, give him space and his family to grieve. But I just encourage all of you to just keep praying for the Lucas family. Thank you. With that said, I'd like to call the ushers forward to prepare to receive the offering. As we just shared with each other, you know, the different ways that we've heard about Liquid. I told you how I found out about Liquid. But, you know, it's really interesting how different ways that we can, you know, different ways different people hear about Liquid. I was having breakfast with someone on Friday who said that he'd never heard about Liquid. He'd been going to different churches and this and that, and he got let out of work early one day. And so the program that he normally listens to on his way home wasn't on because it was a different hour. So he switched the channel, he switched the radio station, and that radio station played a radio ad about Liquid. And he said, let me check out this Liquid Church. And so he came here, and he liked it, and he's been coming here for the last couple months. And so I was praying with him, and I said, I'm so glad that you got let out of work early that day, because who knows how you would have found out about Liquid. But, you know, we prepared a little graph here, a little infographic about the different ways that people hear about Liquid.